Hi there, guys. This is Keep It Real Blabs. You can tell by my name. We like to talk a lot of ish, and we mostly look at liars because it's fun. It's so much fun. Anyway, yeah, it's almost. It's 11 a.m. already. I mean 11 p.m. My bad. I was in bed about to put on Supernatural for the third time. Watching the watch the whole show, all the seasons. I'm starting over. On season one. I'm gonna put it on, but and at the same time I was watching Beanbag and her Curry video about Amber, how she copies other vloggers, and one of my subscribers wanted me to react to this old Lordy Shorty Q&A that Beck reacts to, and I figured, you know what, let me just do it now. That way, just in case I can't do it tomorrow, at least I have this out to go tomorrow. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the actual react out if Amber publishes her video, but I think she will. She's been keeping on track with her uploads, which is freaking kind of surprising. So anyway, let's get into this, and let's see. I was told that I'll be very surprised. I haven't watched anything um about this. I read a couple of comments like saying how crazy she was, but anything that said anything about what was actually said, I did not read because I knew at some point I was going to watch this and react to it, and I didn't want to be influenced by anyone else. So let's get into this. Oh lordy, it's Jordy Q&A. Beck kind of reacts. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be reacting to Oh Lordy It's Jordy's Amberlynn and Beck Season 4 Q&A. I haven't watched this video beforehand.
So what is it? Oh Lord, Jordy, did he like tell people to send in their Q&As and I mean, I guess I should just watch it, right? I guess he said he did the same thing that Mr. Snowflake did.
And so this is going to be my first impression of it. Just like the Mr. Snowflake video, I'm going to be trying to answer.
I did duet that one. I did it in 2 parts. So if you haven't watched it and you want to, go ahead and check it out.
As many questions as possible. But if there's anything I'm uncomfortable with, then I will skip over it and let you guys know. I want to thank Oh Lordy It's Jordy for getting these questions together and making this video.
Oh Lordy It's Jordy got up to, he's 77.6 subs. Amberlynn is fuming.
For me to react to. I also wanted to let you guys know my last video on ghost stories is up, and I'd really appreciate it.
I haven't watched that one. I'll probably watch that on my own. I mean, there's nothing to react to, right? Ghost stories are always a lot of fun. I love it. There used to be this app called Ghost Stories Online, or no, that's the podcast. I think it was just titled Ghost Stories. When what was it? The little iPod Nanos came out. That's before a lot of you guys' time, and I got so invested in that app, and I got my mom into it too. So she would practice her English by reading all those stories, and she would download it onto her iPod, and she will read them as she was on the train to work. And oh my goodness, so many nights I spent just reading those stories and not being able to fall asleep later. Ghost stories get me every time. Even now I can read a good ghost story and be freaking scared. I love those.
Watch. I'm definitely going to be doing more videos like it in the future, but next time it will be fan submitted stories instead, so keep an eye out for that. Also, I'm going to go live today 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so look out for that. So let's get started.
Hey, hi, how are ya? I think I could pull that off more if I had pink hair and looked like Voldemort. Never mind. So this is going to...
I mean, I don't like Jeffree Star as a person, but the makeup, the reviews are... I like those.
Be the
I haven't watched them in a long time though.
Video that Beck will receive to react to if they so choose to do so. Beck is recently been launching a reaction series to reaction channels and getting the community involved in asking questions that they have always wondered what occurred during what I refer to as season 4 of Amberlynn Reid. So let's just get started, Beck. These are coming straight from my community, and on my behalf, it'll go through the Jordy filter, so to speak. Okay, so the first question is from someone named Raven Elise, and I actually wonder this as well. well. Amberlynn is immobile or close to immobile during the time that you spent with her during your season. Raven and I would like to know, what does Amberlynn do with all of her time?
This is something that you guys probably already know about her, but it depends on what she's into in the moment. Like, it could be reading and being on her computer for hours upon hours at a time. She would have so many tabs open, and it would just be like YouTube, shopping. She would have her personal journal that she would write in open. I don't know. Sometimes I didn't even know because I didn't even really see a lot of her computer or her phone. She was also on her phone, but I was aware of the many different tabs that she...
Do you think she was talking to other people while with Beck? I'm gonna guess that, yeah.
was on, because another thing with Amber was no matter what she was doing or what we were doing, she could only handle it for so long, and then she would have to switch to something else. So if we were watching a movie or a TV show or something, we could only watch so much of it, and then she would pause it and we'd have to do something else for a little while.
Fuck no. I'm not following that nonsense. We're either watching the movie or we're not. Or you can do whatever you want. I'll finish the movie
before we come back to it. She also was really into puzzles and Legos and journaling. And one thing that took up a lot of time was this game that she would force me to play called Choosy, where she would take a bunch of like thousands of stickers. Like, she bought bulk stickers and had me pick between them.
I love stickers.
All the way down until I picked one single sticker to be the best sticker of all. And she made me do this with buttons and earrings, calendar pages. She would buy a bunch of small calendars and tear the pages out and then have me pick between the pictures down to which one I liked the most. And Croc Charms. She would make me play Choosy between Croc Charms. And she didn't even own a pair of Crocs. She just had thousands.
I mean, she wouldn't be able to fit her feet into them. Is she fucking for real?
Croc Charms for no reason. And sometimes, because there were so many, like with stickers and earrings, it would take hours and sometimes even days to completely get down to just one.
That is so stupid. I have never heard of something more inane than that. Oh my goodness. What?
And another thing that would take up a lot of...
So, it's like, okay, I have 2 lip glosses. Pick one. Pick it. You're forced to pick it. And then it's just you put one down and then it's like, all right, what are we doing now? Another one. Is that what she's meaning? Until they get to for what? For what purpose? Just to take up time? That's so stupid. That's so I don't I don't think I can't do that. No. Definitely not. I don't care how much I love you. We're not doing that. We're going to therapy.
She would set a timer for 45 minutes to an hour, usually. And she would have me sit behind her and pretend to pick lint off of her back because she liked the way it felt and sounded because of ASMR. And she would have me do this for so long that my arms and stuff would hurt. And whenever I would want to stop, she would sigh and just be like, well, I'm going to pause the timer. So she would pause.
Oh my god, what a freaking bitch. Is she freaking for real? Like picking? Like picking? Get the fuck out of here. Oh, Amber.
Pause the timer for my little break.
Oh, Beck, why did you do that?
And then I'd have to immediately go back to it. And she...
Oh, freaking hell no. If I'm doing that, I'm getting, when I say we printing out a whole big, we making this official. You paying me for all this work. This is work. The freaking hell? What? We print out some freaking documents.
You would unpause the timer again.
No, I'm definitely getting paid for that. If I'm gonna have to follow that, not have to. I mean, no, nobody can make me do that. But if I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna get paid for that. But that is freaking insanity to make your girlfriend do that and then sigh on top of that. To sigh, be like, freaking, oh, get the fuck out of here. What a freaking punch in her fucking brick head.
Sometimes I would catch her not unpausing the timer because she would want me to do it for longer.
Next up, we have a
Dude,
question.
I don't fucking get that. I'm sorry, Beck. I don't understand that. I don't understand why you would ever go with anything that has... Why? I don't...
From Gracie. I don't know if that's a reference to a specific animal, but Gracie asked this question. Gracie wants to know, when did the relationship between you and Amberlynn go from bad to worse? I know that people tend to put on their best face when they first get into relationships and slowly leak out the toxicity as they get along. So at what point did you realize, oh God, I'm in too deep, or oh God, the honeymoon phase has definitely
I don't
worn?
know. I'm gonna guess that Amber really can't stop herself from being horrible for much longer than maybe a couple of weeks, if anything.
Worn off.
Especially if she's
In the
living with
beginning,
you.
things were all right, but there were some signs of her being controlling then. It got worse whenever we moved in together, and then even worse whenever I quit my job and started taking care of her and quote unquote working for her full time. So I feel like that was when I definitely felt like I was too deep in to leave.
Look, I need to know, why is it that, I don't know if this has to do with like your what is it, your confidence levels or anything like that, but if supposedly you working for somebody, right? Why is it that documents haven't been brought up? What are those things called? Uh, what, you know what I mean? Writing down and making sure that everything is on paper. I know, I'm sorry, I'm blanking out. But that, like, why aren't those things being written up? Both of you signing it, you getting actual paycheck. Because if it's that, in a way, you still are helping her more than she's helping you. You are putting a roof over her head. She came in and lived with you guys. I don't know how long it was until she started paying most of the things. I don't know really, I don't know any financial-ish stuff about them. But yeah, I definitely want a freaking check. I want money every week. I don't know.
Princessa would like to know, were there ever times during when you were in renal failure that you felt unsafe to drive, whether it be to
Wait, so what did they say? That it was just not too long?
how
Okay.
you felt from your condition or from being heavily medicated, that Amberlynn sort of pitched a bitch and demanded that you go get her fast food, went to Walmart, run her errands? Were there ever times where you felt this is not a good idea, but if I don't do it, it will unleash the beast, so I better do it?
As you guys know, at that time, I was heavily medicated and I should not have been on the road. And I put myself in danger and other people in danger. And I wish I could go back and tell myself it wasn't worth it to take those risks. I'm aware that I should not have been on the road during that time. But from what I remember, I didn't really feel like I was making a conscious decision. I just knew that I felt bad, but I wasn't sure what was causing it at the time. I was afraid to leave, but I was being pressured to take care of others, specifically Amber's needs.
I just don't get that, man. I guess it just has to do with my type of personality. I've never been in a situation like that. I've never been with somebody that's so abusive. Um, most of us, if someone starts acting a fool, we know enough to just like be like, oh no, you need to get out. Um, wow. I don't know, man. I think it has to do a lot with how Beck felt about themselves, and I don't know, like they really just gave, put their hands up and just let this woman drive their life. I don't get it.
Even though I know now that I had a choice, at the time I felt like I didn't, and I will always regret that.
Peyton
Well,
Ford asks,
at least they know
how
that.
long was the mattress in the living room where you guys lived?
Oh my
And
god, that putrid mattress. Oh my god.
whose idea was it to put a mattress arbitrarily in the middle of a living room for Amberlynn to loiter on?
It was over a period of, I want to say, about 2 years. Whenever she would want to hang out in the living room, I would have to drag the mattress out. And when we were done hanging out, I would have to drag it back into the spare bedroom. It wasn't the bed that we slept on. It was my bed from before we were together, and it stayed in the spare bedroom. So it didn't stay in there all the time, but I did drag it back and forth for many days over the course of a few years. But it was all Amber's idea, and it was because she would get uncomfortable sitting on the couch because her ankles would swell, and it would just
But on
be
the fucking floor, you fucking fat ass. What the freaking hell do you mean? What? What the hell? No. Moving on, I've never even heard of that. I've never even heard of that before I saw it in one of the vlogs. I was like, what the freaking hell is going on here? That's freaking crazy. No, you're getting on the floor. If you can't be on the floor, then you're sitting in your bed.
more comfortable for her to be able to stretch her legs out. And there were
Fucking
also
those freaking tree trunks. God damn. No. I'm sorry, but look, she's a freaking monster inside and out. I don't care.
other reasons
I
that
really
I
don't care.
won't disclose.
So Ryan Mars asks, was there ever a point during your relationship with Amberlynn when you guys were still going on double dates with Destiny and Dana that Destiny kind of tried to give you hints or kind of suggest to you that being in a relationship with Amber wasn't a good idea, or say something along the lines of encouraging you to get away from Amber?
No, she never really like nudged me or tried to get me to do that or anything, but there were plenty of times where she would look at me and be like, I don't know how you put up with her. And they would also bicker and argue a lot when they would be around each other. It was just how their dynamic.
What freaking amazing friendships that was, right? Why would you even stay friends with somebody if you're constantly arguing with them, especially if it's your ex? What the hell? All these people are just insane.
Was too.
So there's a person that typically comes onto social media and creates a little bit of an uproar every so often by the name of Annie Doran. Would you mind discussing a little bit who Annie Doran is?
Is that the supposed like friend, best friend, whatever of Norma?
To Annie Doran and any of the claims that Annie Doran has made that you are aware of?
So this is a question that I've wanted to address for a while, but I wasn't sure how to approach it. I do see her comments here and there, and it does make me uncomfortable to see her still talking about my mom. So Anne got a hold of my mom because my mom was selling wreaths that she made, and she asked Amber to advertise them on YouTube, and she did. So Anne got a hold of my mom and bought a wreath from her, and she just continued to talk to my mom after that as if she wanted to be friends with her. And my mom thought she really wanted to be friends, but the more she talked to her, the more my mom realized that Anne was only in for it for Amber. She was obsessed with Amber and she wanted to know.
Wow, so just freaking horrible people all around, huh? Wow.
Everything about Amber. And because my mom and Amber weren't getting along at that point, my mom did say some things to Anne about Amber, which you guys had seen in that screenshot with those voice notes. But there were times that she would say negative things about me to my mom, and it felt like she was trying to come between me and my mom. And I don't mean things that were brought up on YouTube. I mean, there were random things that were just blatant lies. She lied a lot. And as for the things that I know she has said, the story about her being stuck in the shower and the fire department having to be called didn't happen. I don't know where she would have gotten that story. I know my mom definitely didn't say that. And as for
probably on the 600-pound knife.
Amber weighing 700 pounds, that also isn't true that I know of. The most that I was aware of her weighing was like 570 or 80 something. And after that, she just stopped weighing herself around me. So I really have no idea how much she ended up weighing, but I don't think it was 700 pounds. And I don't know where she would have got that information from.
Wow. So Annie's just like someone just like Amber that conflates the everything that goes on in their life. It's like, so we spoke a couple of times and that's my best friend, guys. Yeah, we're besties.
Was there ever a single lie that stuck out to you more than any of the others? Raven Elise would like to know. Was there anything that Amberlynn told her audience where you just thought to yourself, wow, I cannot believe that she is that confident lying about that?
Yeah, there were times whenever she would show in a what I ate in a day video, she wouldn't exactly show everything that she ate. She would just show you guys what she thought was acceptable for you guys to see.
Well, we already knew that. If even the ones where it was just, I think it was like Mother's Day and she hadn't connected with her mom yet. She went like, in my mind, she went all out. But when I thought about it, I was just like, I was thinking to myself, like, even if she does eat all this, I don't think she would still be pushing the weight that she's, weighing at that time. I think she was like at her heaviest back then. Yeah, you can tell that she eats a lot more, and that's honestly just disgusting. It's disgusting. It is what it is, man.
And just not even talk about the other things that she would eat. So I was just always shocked that she really thought people would believe that. And I think you guys already know this, but there were many days that she would film lots of videos in one day, and she would switch her outfits to make it more convincing that it was different days. And she would also ask me to change my outfits to make it more convincing for those videos.
Aisha asks if there were ever times where you would
Too bad she couldn't wash the grime off her face and her hair, which is why we can usually tell how far apart the videos were recorded. She always looked dirty. You constantly fucking look dirty and sweaty.
Deliberately take longer during the errands that Amberlynn would send you on just so that you could have more time away from her?
Absolutely, yes, I would. I did it every single time, every chance I got. That's also what I would do in the bathroom a lot. I would pretend to be using the bathroom for a long time, but I would really just be in there having my peace.
So
I can definitely see that. Even now, like when I mean, I don't live with my boyfriend, so it's not like I see him all the time, but like when we have arguments or something, like you know, the bathroom is a good time to just, shower, take an extra long time. But yeah, I don't know. Who would I want to get away from? I don't live with anyone or know of anyone that I would want to actually get away from.
all been clued in on what really happened with Amberlynn and the wiping situation. It was not just solely something that took place after her hysterectomy. There was a lot of upkeep on your end in terms of Amberlynn's
My back kind of hurts.
personal hygiene. What was Ricky and Eric's involvement in that, if anything? Did Eric and Ricky ever help wash? Did they ever help do anything? Or did they just kind of look at you and say, well, she's your girlfriend, that's your problem?
It was definitely the latter. They were just basically like, well, it's your girlfriend, your
I wouldn't want to touch Amber either. Like, that's freaking disgusting.
responsibility. You really shouldn't have to be doing these things anyway, but of course they weren't going to help, but understandably, and they should not have had to.
The next question is, do you know or remember what exactly happened after the "is that my cereal" incident when Amberlynn approached you when you were sitting on the couch in the living room?
Paparazzi.
And said very...
That video just... I love it.
Furiously, what cereal is that? And you covered for her by saying, what's that over there? And Amberlynn stomped off.
What was that? That made me worried. We got 6 people here. Why did you guys... Huh?
Maybe she has to freaking fix herself just so we can get her fat ass up.
Over there.
Oh god. I swear, it's like Bigfoot. She's like Bigfoot.
Was there a
freaking... Oh gosh, she's so freaking disgusting.
follow-up to that? Were there ever moments where food aggression was very apparent with Amberlynn?
I think we had recently discussed dieting and counting calories, and it was cereal that we had already had, and I didn't want it to go to waste, but I think it's because she was upset at the fact that we had talked about eating healthy and I was eating.
Freaking hell. Amber, she should have just fucking looked at herself. You are fucking huge. Shut the fuck up. You just mind what's going into your mouth. Forget about... It doesn't matter what your girlfriend's eating. Jesus. Oh god. I mean, I was told that I'll be surprised, but then not really. And yeah, I'm really not that surprised, but I'm still very disgusted. I am so fucking disgusted. I'm disgusted that this person exists. How do people like her fucking exist?
Eating the Cocoa Puffs, but we all know that the diet was going to be over in a few hours anyway, because that's just how she was. So usually I would have been trying to take the diet seriously, but that day I just knew the diet wouldn't last. And
it's just freaking insane that she needs to make sure and police what everyone else is eating when she fucking looks like that. She can't even sit on a sofa. Like, have that sink in. You can't sit on a sofa and you're worried about what your girlfriend is eating? The hell, man. Oh god. And not only that, your girlfriend has to wipe your ass, bathe you, all this nonsense, but you're worried about what fucking cereal it is? Oh my goodness.
I ate the Cocoa Puffs. As for the food,
there would have been some severe, I'd hate to say it, but there would have been some severe abuse going on in terms of like getting into fights, because we would be freaking... It would be fights up in the house.
I feel like she did have some food aggression, but I don't really have...
And you know this freaking girl, like, if she swings or anything, if you just move to the side, she will fall and she won't be able to get up. So fight is over. You really don't have to do much.
Any specific examples? Because I feel like I was spared from that because we had very different tastes in food, and I just never really wanted to try what she had.
Could you tell us in your...
you didn't want any of her, what is it, those, garbage slop soups with the big chunks of onions? Who doesn't want that? It's delicious.
What exactly happened with the Jonesy rings that you used to propose to Amber in the infamous video, and the screenshots that followed along in what the community refers to as Ringgate?
So I did try to sell them on a Facebook Marketplace, but no one wanted them. So Amber did catch wind of it and she wanted them back. I don't know what she wanted them back for. I guess maybe to try to sell herself, but I don't know. I ended up giving her one of them back and
Why the hell we just give it back to her, Beck? I mean, I know we're all just, we understand Beck's problems and everything that they went through, but why the fuck would you give it back to her? I don't understand that at all. Or if you want it back, give me the money that whatever. Even if you bought it, I don't care. I had to go through the freaking whole charade of being forced to propose to you when I freaking wanted to get away from you. You're gonna give me the money that these freaking pieces of shit are worth.
lost the other one by the time I'd gotten the other one to her.
Strawberry Shortcake asks, if Amberlynn admitted to free bleeding, were you also expected during your time with Amber to clean up after all
I don't get this.
human bodily functions?
Yeah, I knew about the free bleeding, and I did have to sometimes clean up after it.
No.
But that's all I'll really say about that.
Oh God, I don't get any of this. Do any of you get this? Can any of you understand this? Now, honestly, I'm honestly asking. In the comments below, please ask me, have you ever been in a situation where you felt like this was, you had to do things like this? And I don't know, I don't get it. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Anna Cottrell wants to ask if, and of course you don't have to disclose the answer to this, are there things that you are taking to the grave, so to speak, when it comes to Amberlynn? Are there certain details or events that happened that, no matter how juicy the drama or the ability for you to profit or get clout off of it or anything of the sort, are there things that happened in your relationship?
I don't think there is any sort of clout to be had when it comes to Amberlynn. Especially if you're an ex. It's just, that's a freaking really dark time in your past that you most likely just want to forget. But if you can make money off it, I mean, you might as well get the free therapy as well. Who cares? It happened. It is. That's. I was gonna say it is, but what it is. But I don't want to just. I keep overusing all these words.
With Amberlynn that you plan on never disclosing to the world.
Yes, there are some things that I do keep to myself just because they are embarrassing and wouldn't be very kind to share with the world. And though Amber has called me a liar and money hungry, and
Beck is much better person than I am, I guess, because yeah, I'll be telling everybody and their mom.
and has tried to embarrass me. My God,
I will be freaking going to the roof and just freaking yelling this shit out to anybody that wanted to hear.
Never been to do those things to her. I only wanted to tell my story to help her see that she needs to take some accountability.
Isabel Schumacher asks,
it's so stupid of Amber to know that Beck has all of this on you, right? She went through all of this with you, and you're honestly going to act like a dick to this person, a person that knows so much about you, so many dirty details about you, like freaking even literally, and you are going to be a bitch to them? Why? What? And that's why I don't think Amber's so smart. Like, if that was me and I was as horrible as Amber, I would at least make sure that we leave on good terms, make sure that you got paid, definitely give you something. Yeah, I'll be like, yo, and whenever I talked about you, I'll be like, that was the freaking best person. Beck is the freaking best person ever. That person, they were always they were always there for me. And, I can't say much about that besides, yeah, they were great, no freaking way, Amber, you are fucking dumb. You are dumb. You are as dumb as you look.
Transition between your season and Jade's season 5. Was Jade kind to you? Did Jade kind of make the overlap in the relationship as easy and not awkward as possible? Did it kind of turn into Amberlynn wanting you out of there and Jade
whatever Beck says, the thing is that Jade then went on and started talking shit about Beck when, Beck had already moved out. So it doesn't matter. Most of these people that are in this freaking verse, in this Amberverse, are just people that love to talk shit behind a keyboard, but when you confront them about it, they don't know what the hell you're talking about, or they're like, oh no, it's not like that yet. So yeah, like it doesn't even freaking matter how they acted in person if they then later on went and started saying, talking all this shit about someone she barely even knew,
And was it sort of like a 2 versus 1 situation, or did Jade remain
I
neutral?
mean, Amber's like freaking 3 people, so. Or
She was kind to my face, but I
see?
did find out later on from Eric and Ricky that she would talk about me behind my back. She didn't make it any easier or harder because I was
Yeah, and that has to be allegedly because Eric and Ricky are freaking crap people as well. They are the type that would just, like I said, talk shit behind a keyboard, but if you say anything, it's like, oh no, I didn't mean it like that.
already halfway out the door
Like, then
whenever
how the fuck did you mean it?
she moved in.
Lori asks, was there ever an incident or a period of time where you considered calling a mobile crisis team or initiating a 5150 for Amber? Maybe
Or the cops.
staging an intervention with people that were in
Or
her
the cops.
social circle. Did that ever strike your mind as something that might be a good idea?
So I did not realize that you could do something like that, but I think if that were to have happened, she just would have cut everybody off and came back not changing a thing.
How could she can't really cut people off though, that's the thing. So if she cuts people off, she's assed out because she needs people. She really does need a caretaker. So I mean, what can you do as freaking, if I'm Amber Gross, if I was somebody as big as Amber and I knew I needed these people, absolutely needed help, I can't, no matter how angry I get, I can throw a tantrum, say all these nasty crap if I want to, but at the end of the day, yeah, I still need this person. Nobody else is gonna freaking have my stinky fat ass. So what really can she, at least you would have gotten her out the house for a while, if anything,
The mattress and litter box that you
I don't know if what I said made any sense. It did to me, but I'm just very disgusted.
told us about being covered in piss and shit that no one was attending to regarding the pets that you came across. Were you responsible for cleaning all of that up and throwing away the mattress? Were there times where you were throwing away mattresses or things that normally, if they were given...
What mattresses were being thrown away? Because they had the extra mattress that was Beck's. And then what other mattress? I don't...
Ordinary maintenance, you would just kind of throw them away because they were beyond repair, or it was better to just buy a new one instead of clean it?
I was the one who eventually cleaned up the litter boxes. Some people may think that was the first sign to turn around and run, and I should have, but I felt bad for her. At the time, I thought she just needed help. And now
I don't know how anyone can feel bad for Amber. I don't, just, I know I can understand that feeling of, yeah, this person needs help, but at the same time, if this person is Amber and they're doing absolutely nothing to attempt to fix anything, that's like how I said I don't care, like, it doesn't matter. It's like I said in the one of the other videos, like when she was like, when there's like a reason, what's the reason and what's an excuse? And it's like when a reason is something that you can help and you can do something about it but refuse to, then it becomes an excuse. And this is all an excuse to just be a freaking beached whale, just not having to do anything, and being just telling everybody else what they need to do. And if you can pick lint off I still don't understand that. I don't understand that. Amber deserves no sympathy whatsoever. Amber is just a horrible person. I don't understand why is that people like come into this community and then they're just like thinking that Amber's only getting hate because she's fat. It's absolutely not that. It absolutely isn't. It has nothing to do with her weight, but the fact that she's so horrible makes it easy to pick at her weight because she's such an asshole.
that was something that Amber could just physically not do, but that's not an excuse to put your animals through that. The bed was beyond saving, and Amber didn't know what to do with it, so she ended up just leaving it behind, which is unfair to the people who owned that apartment and had to dispose of it. The only other mattress that we had to get rid of was the one that we slept on for years, and we ended up burning it before we moved to Lexington.
I just kept Amber into that.
Alyssa Faye.
I don't mean that, guys. I just kind of fantasize about it. I don't.
Asks, so there were times when you left for upwards of days for time to spend with your family and Amber was left alone at the house. What did you do?
That had to be so freaking blissful.
The event, or what did she do in the event that you weren't around?
There were a lot of things that she couldn't do without me, so that's why my time away from her or with my family was very
Gross.
limited, because she would try to take care of things on her own, but then she would text me and make me feel bad for not being there to help her
That's when I'll shut off my phone.
do the things that she couldn't do without me. So she would do her best to
See, that's the only thing is I would feel bad about the pets. So I think I would just take the pets with me. I would just take the pets with me. Be like, well, you don't have anything else to do, so just freaking figure this shit out and turn off my
not
phone.
do those things that she needed help with while I was gone.
Mackie G asks,
Oh,
what
freaking
were
hell.
Amberlynn's thoughts about Michael B. Petty? And what I would like to add on to this is, would Amberlynn look into reaction channels in regards to wanting to sue them or looking up information about them to anonymously spill tea about them? Would she deliberately create rumors about reaction channels to tarnish their image? Recently, it was disclosed to us by Amberlynn's ex-friend Alexis that Amberlynn paid for...
I already told you guys that I freaking despise Alexis, right? I don't know if I have. I think I have.
my information, and who knows what she would have done with it. Has she ever done anything?
Oh yeah, she did pay for Jordy's. Why the freaking hell do I have? Oh yeah, it's my shirt. Never mind. Yeah, I really dislike Alexis. Because just for the simple fact that if you are really going out of your way to become this thing's friend, something's fucking wrong with you. You are just as sick as she is. I don't care if you have fucking BPD. I do not give a fuck. All right, I have it too. It's nothing to it's not an excuse nor reason. It's just if you're being that freaking big of a bitch, yeah, you deserve everything you get.
Or that you know of during the time that you spent
And I hate her laugh.
with her, that she kind of
And I hate her face.
went after reaction channels in an unorthodox way?
So there were a lot of reaction channels that she couldn't stand. Like she couldn't stand Oh Lordy, it's Jordy. She couldn't stand Michael B. Petty. She completely got Kicking Geese taken down, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. She also completely hated CXNT and Charlie Gold. There were so many reaction channels that she just absolutely...
No, Kicking Geese is way too nice to her. I don't know why. I guess that's just Justine's way of how she is, but no.
despise. And I don't...
every like yeah, I what I'm saying is what I'm feeling, but my attitude towards Amber is just something so incredibly different than anyone else's, and it's just that's why I make these things, like I already said a billion times. It's just because she's freaking so unbelievable.
I don't know if she really paid for the information or anything, but I do know that she was obsessively watching you guys and just seething with rage.
And that's why her data went overboard. It's not even because of her work. It's because she's just freaking constantly online looking herself up, which is so freaking sad and desperate and just so Amber.
Magic Flower says that you recently disclosed to us that Amberlynn kept you in the car and prevented you from breaking up with her. Was that a normal
occurrence? How can anyone keep her in the car though? It's Amber. When did they talk about this?
Did that happen pretty frequently where she would tell you, no, you can't break up with me? Or was it just a handful of times that you can remember?
There were times that we would get into arguments and she would...
Reminds me of those Rastafarian shirts. Jamaican colors and shit like that. It's pretty cool. It's like a very 90s, which, yeah, I'm an idiot. Yeah, Beck loves 90s, so.
Can't leave this room, or don't you dare walk out on me. But the car thing only happened one time. There were multiple other times I would try to leave her, but she would emotionally manipulate me into staying.
I don't understand how anyone can just sit there and let a freaking lord ass just tell them, no, you can't walk away from me. I know, Beck was under a lot of stress and a lot of abuse, but fucking no. Come on, no. Just walk away.
Katsuki's asks if you ever felt like a...
thank God. I think God made her like this for a reason, man. God made her this size for a reason, because if not, she would be one of those people that one of her favorite YouTubers, Kenny Ray, would be talking about in her true crime. Because Amber would just freaking leave victims everywhere. Like physically, most likely even, unalive some people at some point.
Rebound for Amber, or
well, so far, with the way that she is, the only person she can unalive is herself. And unfortunately her pets, but like person-wise, herself.
Or someone that
Or if she, if she falls on somebody, that's a different story. But
she could use as bait to try to win Destiny back. Did you feel like Amberlynn
imagine Destiny being the one that got away, man. Oof.
was just in a relationship with you so that she could have a partner to show Destiny that she could move on?
Honestly, I feel like every girlfriend she gets is a rebound for the previous one. But yes, I did think about that, especially in the beginning of the relationship.
She's just way too desperate to be with someone.
Really feel about Chantal or Foodie Beauty? Did she have private opinions on Chantal?
I'm sure that two freaking fake ass bitches, yeah, of course they're not going to be friends. They're not going to like each other.
Did she like Chantal? Did she have nice things to say about Foodie Beauty?
They were on again, off again friends. So like whenever they were friends,
they were never friends. Let's be so for real with that. They were never friends. They were just simply talking because nobody else can freaking stand either of them.
Amber really didn't care about her too much, didn't pay too much attention, but whenever they were arguing, Amber did talk bad about her like she does anybody else.
Knives Pilgrim asks if there are actually ways that she is misunderstood by the community or the internet as a whole. Are there things that the reaction channels or the community wildly get wrong, or the camera versus real life does not translate well? Are there things that really Amberlynn should be given a little bit of a break on that you can think of?
No, I used to think that they were wrong, but definitely not now.
Yeah.
And Storm asks, how was Amberlynn with her money? Does she have more put away than she leads on? Is she doing very well for herself?
I hope she does, because if not, that's very stupid.
Do you think that it's absolutely ridiculous that you left the apartment with $100 to your name knowing how well Amberlynn was doing?
She did make a ridiculous amount of money. I don't know about now, but when I was with her, she did not save it. She would spend it, and it would just be on whatever random things she wanted. And I don't want to sound like a broken record, and I don't want to keep harping on this, but it is ridiculous that I only had $100 to move out on, because I didn't get any of the money from the live streams that
Beck, you should continue to harp on that shit, because it is ridiculous. Oh my god. You should be telling every fucking body. What did they say, that they only were unable to bring a lawsuit up because they couldn't find her address? I mean, Beck, you can find that. You can find that very easily.
That I participated in. But I am just grateful to be out of that situation and in a better one now. So that is the end of the Oh Lordy, It's Jordy Q&A video. I hope everyone enjoyed this video and made it to the end. And I want to thank Jordy again for setting this up and making this video for me to react to. I appreciate everyone who has been watching my channel, and I hope to see you all in the next one.
I don't even freaking know, man. I mean, I do know Amber sucks. But for one, I don't understand why Beck allowed so much to go on. And at the same time, I was told I wasn't going to be surprised. I'm not surprised. But I am very disgusted. I'm very disgusted that she can actually get worse than what, is already thought about her. I already thought she was like the worst. But she's like really the fucking she's fucking up there, man. Oh, fuck. Oh man, Amber. Fuck, bitch. I hope you trip. In the house, but whatever. Anyway, so that's it. I'm not gonna go to the fan art. I don't know any of these characters anyways. I'm not into anime. So anyways, yeah, that's that video. I think I'm gonna do another one after this. Let's see. It's 11. What is it? What time is it? Shit. Oh, never mind. I think my thing died. It's almost gonna be 12. I think I'm gonna do another one, a short vintage react. Just, in case anything comes up. I have a lot of schoolwork that I still need to go over, but I did a lot of today. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what you guys think. Am I wrong to think that? I probably am, but that's my opinion. About, like how you even get into this situation in the first place and stay in it for so long. Yeah, I think I would have just taken the animals and gone to my parents' house. Or my sisters or anything like that. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, comment, your thoughts. Sub if you haven't. Ring the bell if you want to, you know. And I will see you very, very soon. All right.